It's been about a week since the last video, and things I feel I did good concerning my gains in the week. So I was focusing on keeping my protein up, at least around 200 grams a day. I think I did a very good job on that, and I can't remember if I talked about, I added in using a food scale to help whenever I have like chicken breast or steak, to weigh it out so I can make sure I get the right amount ounces, so I can get the right amount of protein in, to try to be a little bit more precise. It just helps, it helps along the path, but it's not necessary. It's just something I added in just to be trying something new. It's new for me anyway. But so tracking the protein, I did real well this week. I'm getting in consistent, intense workouts, did real good this week. And those are things that I am usually pretty good at. So next thing for this upcoming week is I want to stay consistent with the amount of carbohydrates that I get in. Because normally before, when I'm not trying to gain, I generally just keep my carbohydrates pretty low, because it's easier for me to gain like fat, gain extra weight. So I like to keep that fat moderated, or keep it down by keep my carbohydrates lower. Just helps me stay in a little bit more of a calorie deficit. That's like the real secret to losing weight, is a calorie deficit. It's not the evilness of carbohydrates. So it's just that's what I use to keep my calories lower. So I prefer to eat more steak, more chicken, that sort of thing, as opposed to wasting all my calories on carbohydrates. Although I do make room for my desserts, because they are delicious. So anyway, I feel like I did real well on my protein this week. Did real well on getting my workouts in this week. Gonna focus more on finding the right amount of carbs for myself. I know that I'm at least gonna be around that 3,000 calorie mark is where I'm kind of my starter. And then on week 3 is where I'm gonna jump on the scale and really see if I start to gain weight. And if not, that's when I'm gonna start to bump up from the 3,000 calorie mark. Only about like 250 calories at a time. I'm not gonna go too crazy high with the gains, because already eating more food, I can see like my lower ab area start to disappear, and I don't want to get too discouraged by putting on too much body fat, and then just quitting the bulk and be like, I gotta cut back up already, or I gotta lean out already. So I'm looking forward to that. That's like kind of like 2 weeks away, where I'm gonna jump on the scale, and because that'll be 3 weeks altogether, and just to see where my weight is at, and kind of look at where my abs have progressed to, like if they've faded away too much, how I can mitigate that, keep the bulk going, and not be so puffy like Rambo 1, not Rambo 3 where he's all shredded, cut, but like Rambo 1, kind of like, he gets puffy. So it's gonna be, my next goal is to focus on the carbs. Then a week after, that's week 2 is focusing on the carbs. 3rd week is jumping on the scale, and then see where we're at. Hopefully moving in the right direction. But I feel good. I feel my strength's increasing. Even though it's only been about a week, I feel like I'm filling out my medium t-shirts even better. And I don't know if I've mentioned like the kind of supplements I'm using. Basically just like a vitamin D. I take vitamin D, creatine, and I'm a little random with my protein shakes. It doesn't have to be one specific brand just yet, although there are brands that I really like. But it's not like, if I can't get to that brand, then I'm not drinking protein shakes. So protein shakes, creatine, vitamin D. That's pretty much the majority of supplements that I'm taking right now. I might add more later, but at this time, that's all I'm really using. I might introduce a pre-workout later on, but I'm not using a pre-workout specifically right now. I just like go to the store and grab anything high in caffeine. So I might grab like a Rockstar, like a zero sugar Rockstar from the grocery store, or I might grab a Celsius, just anything with like around 200 grams of caffeine, 200 milligrams of caffeine or higher. I really like to get over like 240, 250. That's what Celsius are generally only 200. They have a few of the bigger cans that are 300, but those are hard to come by. So I do like to be over 200 grams of caffeine, just maybe like 30, 40 minutes before I get to the gym, just to like give me a little bit of energy. Besides that, that's what I'm doing so far. So I feel like it was a pretty good first week. Did good on my protein, did good on my workouts, and not too discouraged by seeing the little bit of the bottom abs start to disappear a little bit. So we're gonna keep up this program. We're gonna keep it rocking, and I'll keep you guys updated next week. It really is keeping myself updated, keeping myself accountable. So peace, y'all.